Hello, and welcome back to part 2 of the Charity Shop physical media update. So this wasn't originally intended to be a two-part video, but I kind of got about half an hour into part 1, and I kind of thought, you know what, I'm getting a bit burnt out here, so I'm going to need to stop and start again. And also, you don't really want to be watching videos that are like, 50 minutes long. So, yeah, it just seems sensible to cut it up. I do apologise for the inconsistency in uploads on this channel. Ideally, what I would like to do is keep it pretty consistent and upload about once a week, but what always happens is that I just get busy with other stuff and disappear for weeks, which I don't really like to do, but it's just kind of inevitably happens. So I will strive to post about once a week, even if it means kind of building up an archive of videos and then dropping them one by one. So I'm kind of ahead of schedule. So we'll see what happens. But, knowing me, I'll probably disappear, but hopefully not. So anyway, let's crack on. The first one I've got here is The Long Lonely Walk. So I believe this to be a short film. I found it in a charity shop. I think it's only 12 minutes. So yeah, I don't know if this is worth keeping on DVD or not. Not really sure. The Long and Lonely Walk follows the stories of 3 individuals, a bomb disposal expert, a young boy, and an elderly woman, as they each take the brave steps towards a life-defining moment. It does have Tessa Peake Jones of Only Fools and Horses fame, who played Raquel. So yeah, we'll see what this is like. I think it's a very kind of low budget release. Might even be like a DVD-R. Yeah, it is. So yeah, we'll see how I get on with this. I mean, it's 12 minutes, so it's not exactly a lot to dig into. Next up, I found a really nice DVD release of Bless This House, the 70s comedy with Sid James. I'm pretty sure that his character in this is just as perverted as, his characters that he plays in the Carry On films, judging by that photograph on the back. Yeah, pretty dodgy stuff.
Saucy.
But this is a really nice DVD release. I actually quite like this. Sitcom classics. Series 1, episode 8 to 12. The first episode's in colour. Next one is pretty juicy. It is the Star Wars Complete Saga. This is very cool indeed, because it comprises of the not only the original trilogy, but also the sequel trilogy, which I personally really enjoy. I think people of my generation that grew up with the the prequel trilogy, have a great appreciation for it, even though technically it's not the best. The dialogue is very bad. But I think people of my age have a real affection for it, particularly Revenge of the Sith. So yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful box set. It's so simple, it doesn't muck around. It's just, all the films just in this wonderful case. It's got a really great sort of dark blue case, where all the discs are stored in, which feels very relevant for Star Wars. And then we also get 3 bonus discs containing special features, and then the final disc contains documentaries and spoofs, which is something that I've yet to get into. But yeah, this was the 2011 Blu-ray release for the Star Wars anthology. I found this in a charity shop, but I do already own... Let me just reach for it. I do already own these bad boys, which is the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. So, because I'm on a bit of a Star Wars kick at the moment, I am going to be watching those the charity shop edition of it, the version that I got in a charity shop, as well as these, which I have been digging into lately. I'm not sure if I'll keep both in the long run, but I mean, they're both... Like, all 3 of these are just wonderful box sets. And, I mean, Star Wars is one of the most iconic movie sagas of all time. So, if there's any movie you're going to own a few copies of, I think Star Wars is quite a good contender. Lovely cup of tea. Fresh from the Danny Dyer mug. The next one's pretty exciting. I found this in a British Heart Foundation charity shop for 50p. And it is Akira Kurosawa's The Seven Samurai, one of the greatest classic samurai movies from the 50s. I need to watch this properly, but it comes in a really nice DVD package, really thick casing, and because the movie is so long and this DVD release is so old, it comes over 2 discs. Yeah, so this is from 1999, I believe. It claims on the DVD itself, when you put it in the player, that it's a Criterion Collection release, but I don't know if this might be like, I don't know, a bootleg or something, or if it's just like the Chinese release, because yeah, it's all Chinese writing on there. I you know, translated it with Google, so I'm not exactly sure what the deal is with this, but the quality's pretty good for 1999. You know, it's not HD or anything, obviously, but pretty decent video quality considering. From that same charity shop, I also picked up this. This is a DVD of all the Warp music videos, so music videos on the Warp label. So it features many very famous, infamous, shall I say, titles, such as Aphex Twin, you know, the videos for things like Donkey Rhubarb, the very famous and very brilliant Window Licker music video, and also equally as brilliant, the Come to Daddy music video, which is just pure nightmare fuel in the most amazing way possible. I felt like the quality of these music videos really did vary a little bit, but I mean, I found this in a British Heart Foundation, and it was just by chance that I pulled it out, because you can't quite identify what it is from the spine, but I was looking through the DVDs and just out of sheer curiosity, I was like, oh, what's that? And as soon as I pulled it out, I just couldn't believe it. It was just such an unusual charity shop find. I think my friend Asa was a little tad bit jelly about this, because he's a massive Warp fan, and this is a charity shop which he frequents as well. And because we were in FOP walking around, and he kind of said, oh, well, they're all ripped off the telly anyway. And it's like, they're not. This is from the source, pal. So pretty incredible find. It also comes with a mix CD of music from artists on Warp. But yeah, it's worth it for the Aphex Twin videos alone, to be honest. But there are some interesting other sort of experimental videos on here, which you'd expect, because a lot of the Warp Records music is pretty experimental. But yeah, just super unusual find for a charity shop for sure. The jammy get. Next up, we have a really good animated one. We have Spider-Man Into the SpiderVerse. I haven't seen this movie since it came out, but I really enjoyed it when it came out, and I even saw the sequel. I do remember thinking that it had a great soundtrack. This is one that I wasn't too keen on. This is Mark, as in the show Mark, which is Mark Bolan of T-Rex. This is a TV performance. Unfortunately, I was a little bit underwhelmed with this, because there's nothing live about it. It's all mimed and, you know, mimicked for Granada Television. I found some of Mark Bolan's poses slightly creepy, but then again, that might just be because he kind of reminds me of Gary Glitter a little bit. But so I probably will be redonating this, as much as I am a T-Rex fan. But yeah, check out the this DVD menu here. That's pretty snazzy, and also some of these animations that were part of this show. Similar to the last two, I also found a placebo DVD, or Plekibo as I used to call them as a child. I have not watched this yet, but this is music videos from the year 1996 to 2004. Yeah, I've never really got that much into placebo, but I've always loved the song The Bitter End, and the music video for that is indeed included on here. Again, same thing again, The Prodigy, Their Law, singles, 1990 to 2005. This is one of my favourite compilation albums of all time, but I never really knew there was a DVD version of it. So, yeah, this is just a compilation of a lot of their music videos. Yeah, I've got the album version of this on vinyl now. Here's one which I got for free. This is a Artificial Eye release. This is The Warts of Bashir. I found this in one of those book exchange thingies in a train station, where people just leave their books and you can pick one out and maybe put one back in. Someone had left this and it was right on the floor, and I felt kind of dirty picking it up because it was right next to a load of pigeon poo. But I did manage to clean the case up really nicely. So not bad for a free DVD find. This is an animated movie. I believe it's like a war film. Apparently it's very, very good, actually. Several people have told me this is really good. So look forward to getting into it. This character on the front here looks a bit like Ed Norton. Also found a couple of Carl Pilkington DVDs, similar to An Idiot Abroad. This is The Moaning of Life. Not sure if this series was any good or not. Haven't watched it yet. Next up, we have another comedy one, Citizen Smith. This was written by the legendary John Sullivan, who is the mastermind, the genius behind Only Fools and Horses. And his writing style can be felt in this, you know. I think this is a slight cut above a lot of the other 70s comedies because it's John Sullivan behind it. This is the first couple of series on DVD here. Power to the people! Next up, I cannot pronounce the name of this next one, but it's a couple of really early, like, experimental avant-garde films, I guess. But the first one from 1929 is that really famous French film where you see the eye being cut with the razor blade. I don't know if you know that, but that's this. And there's also another film on there from 1930. This is an old BFI set. It's got quite interesting packaging. Sort of opens up like this, like an old shoebox. Once you get past the adverts, it's also got like a little CD case within a cardboard case, a little digipack containing the movies. This is a 15, which doesn't surprise me because it's pretty strange, pretty kind of disturbing and nightmarish, but beautiful set.
What have I got myself into? I am fucking shitting myself.
Next up, I picked up a little mini box set of Bill Bailey. Bill Bailey, the legendary kind of music comedian. This is 3 of his classic shows on DVD. I really need to get into these because I remember vividly watching Bill Bailey in school. They used to show some of his stuff in my music classes because he's like a musical comedian, and I remember it being very, very funny at the time. I look forward to getting into this lovely little box set from Bill Bailey there. And finally, we have another comedy one, Fist of Fun. This was a series from the 90s. No idea if this is any good or not. I only recognise one of the comedians from this. Yeah, I'll see how this goes. So yeah, because this turned out to be a much shorter video, I thought I'd throw in a bunch of new Blu-ray pickups that I've gotten. So these are all from like HMV mainly, and a bit of Amazon as well. I will be touching on these properly because I do plan on doing a brand new series on the channel called Film Diary, where essentially I cover every film I watch, whether it be cinema, streaming or physical media, and I just go through the movies and review not only the movie but the experience of watching it. I'm hoping that'll be a really fun series to do, but we'll see. So yeah, hopefully I will be covering all these kind of as I watch them in more detail. Some of them I have watched in detail, but I'll be covering them in that series. So yeah, I got a nice old stack of Blu-rays and 4Ks here, which I'll briefly go through just to pad this video out a little bit. So we have a 4K Ultra HD release of Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. This is a very, very dark, kind of twisted, psychological 80s horror film. Pretty disturbing stuff, but very good, very atmospheric and moody. This is actually getting shown at the Prince Charles as part of their Bleak Week programming, where they're showing pretty much depressing films for a whole week. So we're talking like Fred's, When the Wind Blows, Train Spotting, you know, you name it. Anything that is disturbing they're showing that week, and this is part of that, and it definitely goes with that. Speaking of disturbing, we have A Clockwork Orange. I already owned this on 4K, but I upgraded it to this beautiful Steelbook edition, and yeah, that is just wonderful. Another 4K here, we have Seven Deadly Sins, the classic David Fincher movie, of course. I really like the packaging on this. It comes in like this cool, really thick card case with sort of magnets holding it together, which provides many images from the film. Kevin Spacey was brilliant in this film. Of course, was Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. A couple of David Lynch titles. I picked up a Blu-ray copy of The Elephant Man. I already own this on DVD, a really nice old DVD copy of this. So it's good to get it in HD as well. And one of my favourite movies of all time, Blue Velvet. Had to get this on Blu-ray. I have no idea how this wasn't in my film collection. This is a really nice edition of it, 2-disc special edition, which includes 52 minutes of lost footage, so I'm absolutely thrilled to dig into that. Another one of my favourites, Dusk Till Dawn, on Blu-ray. I had this on DVD but upgraded it. There was also a short film they made about the making of this film called Full Tilt Boogie, which I don't think was included on this Blu-ray edition, so I just took it from my DVD edition and popped it right in there. Good old Quentin Tarantino, George Clooney. Next up we have They Live, a classic movie from John Carpenter. I need to watch that again. And finally, we have Blowout with John Travolta. All I'll say is that this movie is an absolute blast, and this is one of the finest 4K discs I've ever come across. So yeah, I'll be talking about this in a lot of detail, hopefully. I saw it at the cinema as well. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you very soon. Bye-bye.